This is the Wally Show podcast. To hear the live version, check us out each weekday morning through the WayFM app or at our website, wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where Wally teaches and where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. This podcast is also brought to you by United Faith Mortgage. Let their direct lender advantage save you time and money.
Uplifting WayFM.
News can be a little heavy, so we like to do news-ish. Here's Betty.
Some jobs can be pretty boring, but some come with tea to spill. And what I mean by that is jobs give you some great stories to tell at parties.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And some end up being so good you have to share them on TikTok. And that's what one labor and delivery nurse decided to do. She shared the ridiculous reasons why the significant others of a few of her patients weren't there to witness the birth of their own child.
Ooh. Okay, now I get this. Being there for the birth of your child is important. I understand that.
Yeah.
I fully understand that it should be on your top list of 3 things you have to do that day as a guy.
Top 3?
Top 3. It should be the top of the top 3.
Should be.
But sometimes things beyond your control might get in the way. Like, say you're an artist, like, and you're touring, and you, like, are trying to get home, but you can't because, you know, planes are delayed
Okay,
and things
I
like
get that. That's not ridiculous.
Okay.
But these are ridiculous.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, the first one was, he went home to feed the cat. It's
Okay.
an outdoor cat.
That's a little harder to defend because outdoor cats kind of feed themselves on mice. But you know what? I think here's what the wife is missing in this is that he is still being a good father.
How?
He's being a good father to the cat. He's had the cat longer. So she should have thanked him to go, you know what? I see the traits in you. If you're going to take care of that cat, how much more are you going to love this baby when it finally gets here?
Okay, I'm eager to hear how you're going to turn this one around.
Okay.
He left for a fantasy football draft and didn't make it back in time.
Okay. Now, Gavin, have you ever done fantasy football?
I have.
Okay.
It's very important.
Yes.
To draft the best team because usually
It's
winning.
fantasy.
No, but usually winning,
Right.
there's an incentive.
Exactly.
That incentive is usually a cash prize.
Exactly.
You're trying to get more money for your family and that kid to provide.
We're talking, like, seriously, hundreds of dollars he could have made.
What if it was an Applebee's gift card?
Dinner?
Feed
Date
your
night?
family, like a hunter-gatherer. Man, women just do not see things the way we do.
Okay, last but not least.
All right, sure, whatever.
He put his phone on silent so he could try and squeeze in a nap.
Okay, now, full disclosure, I've been through the birthing process before, and my wife laid down the entire time. She was catered to. People were bringing her ice chips, like literally. And then no one asked me, hey, can I get you anything? Can I get you a sandwich, maybe an ice chip or so? I would have killed for an ice chip. And so my feet were so sore. I had to stand there while she laid around. And so she just laid there.
With contractions
with people
going
doing
on.
everything for her.
Dilating.
Yes.
All those things.
And I just had to stand there. So, yeah, I understand that. If I want to be my best self for her, I needed some me time. Kind of like moms say, hey, if I'm going to be a good mom, I need to do something for me. That's all he was doing. He's trying to be a great dad.
By not being there and taking a nap
At
home.
Because now he's prepared to be there and fully there when he wakes up. Like, he's there. I'm in.
I don't feel like any reason I give you is I'm going to win. You're going to see her side.
Well, all right. Well, there you go. You know what? Agree to disagree on this one. Uplifting WayFM. This is the Wally Show, and there's few things that are as fun as standing by and kind of out, just, you know, in earshot of somebody singing and then listening to them sing the wrong words to something, and you're like, what are you singing?
That has happened to me multiple times.
Same.
And the problem is that you don't know you have it wrong until someone points it out, and you're like, oh, yeah. But there recently was a Peter Kay. He's a stand-up comedian, and he talks about some of the songs that he's heard and the lyrics that he's gotten wrong. And I'm telling you, once you hear them, you can't unhear them. So this is his first example with Michael Jackson.
According to Michael, your burgers are the best.
I can hear your prayers. Your burdens are the best.
Dadgummit, yes. That's all I hear now.
Exactly.
Your burgers are the best.
I don't even know what he's saying now.
Now I'm hungry.
But the second example, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe the hot dogs go on.
I believe that's the hot dog.
Oh, come on!
That's not real. What?
That is ruined that song for
Right?
me. Yeah.
What?
I believe that the hot dogs go on.
But now I can't hear it any different.
Exactly.
But
Okay.
I'm sure we've all found ourselves there.
Let's see if other people hear some of the things that we've misheard in lyrics, and now if they will not ever hear it the same again. We'll start with you, Betty Rock.
All right, so mine is Newsboys. The song's called Born Again,
Okay.
but they say I need to Lysol everything that I know.
Yeah, there it is.
Why? I mean, to a degree, it makes sense if it's in a spiritual realm because maybe Lysol, you're disinfecting your heart,
You're
your
cleaning
soul.
it. You're
I don't,
cleaning
I don't
it.
know. I don't know what he's saying.
I know, but
actually.
now I'll never hear that as anything other than Lysol. Gavin, what about you?
Mine is Toby Max. It's the song Steal My Show.
Yeah.
But when I hear it, and this has been out for a while, I hear Steal My Shorts.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I do hear it.
Yeah,
I hear
right?
it now.
I've heard that the whole time.
That's funny. I've never heard that till now. I hear that for sure. All right. Mine is Lauren Daigle, where she says, it's from You Say. And I hear you say, when I'm Pauly Shore. He was the Weasel on MTV. He's a comedian, an
Okay.
actor.
Right.
Pauly Shore. See if you hear it.
You say I am hell when I am falling short.
Polish.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Okay.
When I am Pauly Shore, that's all I've ever heard there. All right, so those are ours. I'm curious if you have one of those lyrics that you've misheard, but you hear it every time, and I'd love to hear it from you because it might make us all hear songs differently again, and maybe even better. The shorts thing is pretty great, Gavin. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. What was that song that you kind of misheard the lyrics or got it wrong? We'll take yours now. What is a song that you find yourself singing the wrong lyrics to?
So it's the Thank You for Being a Friend from the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
For the longest time, when it says you would see the biggest gift would come from me, instead of the card attached would say, I heard the heart attack.
Oh.
the heart attack would say.
Yeah.
You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
You know what? I hear it now.
I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does make sense because they were all old, you know? So, Brandon, what is a song you heard wrong?
2 Tickets to Paradise by Eddie Money.
Ooh, you're going old school on us.
Yeah, 1978. Sounds like 2 chickens to paralyze.
All right, well, let's check it out. Let's see if we can hear it here. Let's see if we all hear the same thing.
I've got 2 tickets to paradise.
Yeah, I got 2 chickens to paralyze. I hear it now, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, Zach, you're up. What is that song you misheard the lyrics to and now you can't unhear?
Elevation Workshop. The song's called Gyra. And me and a buddy, we hear dry rub. So it's like
Do you do a lot of grilling?
yes, ma'am. And
Yeah.
we've actually sent each other videos grilling and listening to that song.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I want to hear it to see if I hear the same thing. Dry rub, you are here, you are good.
That's all. That's all you need.
I added some other words into it. I heard a lot of other things
You
in just that
did.
little bit of time. That is so good, Zach. I love it.
Thank y'all.
So, Peter, have you ever had a song like that you didn't quite get the lyrics right?
Wally, I think it's your fault.
Oh, really? Did I ruin a song? I do that when I do parody songs. I have more people tell me, oh, you ruined that song for me. What is it?
What? It's Freedom Hymn?
Oh, yeah, Austin French's first song.
And all I hear is Freedom Ham.
Freedom Ham, yes, this is my Freedom Ham. I know, that's all I hear with that song.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to bring up the Maverick City music parody that I did about Spam recently, because I had a couple people go, I love that song, and now I can't hear it any other way.
That's correct. Ruined another one.
There you go. Well, you know what? If anyone hasn't had this song ruined for him yet, here you go. It's Maverick City music. Well, at least my version of it here on The Wally Show.
Blue and yellow can fill to the brim with Spam. Tasty, slimy meat. Used to use a key to open can, but we now just pull slowly. Though the storms may come, this stuff lasts for years. It's beyond preserve. You can heat it up on a plate or cup. Its shape will not swerve. Great is your tastefulness to me. Great is your tastefulness to me. Sweet Hawaiian treat got that unique smell. Thank you, Hormel. Great is your tastefulness to me. God of Abraham gave manna in a can, and he called it Spam.
Coffee shops, poolside, back porch, picnic table at the park, at your kid's soccer practice. Just about anywhere can be your classroom when you decide to go back to school online at Colorado Christian University.
I know I got my degree online, and I actually did a homework at a campsite. I was sitting around a campfire writing a paper. That is where I did some of my work that weekend. So life doesn't have to stop just because you go back to school to better yourself. You can work towards this future and this goal that you want to accomplish, and it doesn't have to totally consume you or derail your normal life with friends, your family, or what have you.
And you can earn accredited degrees from Colorado Christian without ever setting foot on campus.
So there really shouldn't be an excuse to not going back to school. If it's something you really want to do, you can do it. And all you have to do is go to ccu.edu/Wally to learn more. And the other really important thing is that Colorado Christian is committed to cultivating the mind without compromising the heart. So check it out, ccu.edu/Wally.
Uplifting Way FM.
Here's a little something to help set the tone for the day. It's The Wally Show.
After watching all the stories about Uvalde and then the shooting on the 4th of July at the parade, you wonder, how is this going to affect people long term? And there was this one lady, Alexandra, who thought the exact same thing. She wondered about these people and getting help, and are they going to get the help they need? And then she decided to do a little more than just ponder. Following the tragedy at the parade in Illinois, she took to Instagram and she wanted to crowdsource a list of mental health therapists who people could reach out to, you know, and because sometimes you don't know where to turn. I mean, I wouldn't know who to call if I needed help like that. I wouldn't know. I'd have to start investigating. And so this lady did some of the groundwork for people. But then, you know, you might be thinking, well, she's probably a mental health counselor in the business. No, interior designer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but she cared.
But she might have gone through her own experience with mental health, and so she knows the importance of it, and she wanted to make sure others had the access to it.
Yeah, I think that's the case, because not only did she curate the list, but she offered to help pay for the counseling for people. Yeah, she went all in. I know. And she said, I feel helpless right now, but there are people who are traumatized by what they saw. And if there's one thing I know, it's that therapy is so incredibly important. And hopefully this one tiny thing I can do can help right now. And so, yeah, that sounds like she's had been the beneficiary of it, and she wanted to do that. So within hours, over 100 therapists reach out. They got added to her list, and you would expect that, you know, after being there and seeing this firsthand, of course, she would want to do something constructive. But here's the even crazier part of this. She wasn't even at the parade. Like, she wasn't there. She was at another parade 15 minutes away.
Oh, jeez.
But she's that concerned about people. It moved her. And that, I think that happens. I mean, you'll watch God put something in your heart and move you, and you have a choice. Do you do something about it, or do you let it go?
And I'm finding out that there are people that want to help. They just don't know where to start, or they don't have the time to do the research. But if there's that one person like her that's doing the research research, laying it out for you so you can easily step in and help. That makes such a difference.
And I think, too, a bigger kind of picture inside of this, if you're ever tempted, I mean, we see so many stories of tragedy on the news, and if you're ever tempted to ask, well, where's God in this world? You see all these bad things happening. Where are you? I think we have to remember moments like this that, yes, there are bad people and evildoers, but they're the outliers. There are far more Alexandras in the world than there are people that are bent on destruction. Yes. And so not lose sight of that. Keep that balance, and it will help you also keep a healthy mind frame as well. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and I'm a bit of an emotional person, and I can be inspired too by watching TV or movies. Like, man, that's pretty great. I want to go do that.
And that means you need to be very pay attention to the things that you watch, because they could be negative or positive.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this one is positive. I got you on this, the season of Alone, that show where they have people that are surviving. They give them nothing except 10 items they can bring with them, and they have to build a shelter, and they have to survive for like up to 100 days, and the winner gets $500,000. And they have no food, no anything. They start from scratch. It's amazing.
And they eat whatever they can find.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like skin and bones.
Absolutely. And so, like, I was watching the latest season of this and loving it, and I thought, I want to go primitive camping.
Oh,
now,
no. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. And, like, now, I don't want to go like they do with nothing. Like, I want to take a tent, and I want to take some food. But
what?
Candy,
no,
you mean?
You're already out of it.
Well, no, that's called primitive camping, when you don't have a campsite, per se, and you go...
said a tent.
Yeah, no, you don't have a campsite. You don't go to like the KOA and there's electric and water and a nice gravel bed. You get a tent and you just go out in the woods, like, and you just camp,
But the thing that makes Alone a show is that they don't have a tent and they don't have food. So they have to live off the land. And to me, if you bring your bag of gummy bears with you and your own little plastic tent, that doesn't count.
Yeah, if you're willing to give me $500,000, like if I do it, then absolutely I'll do that. But no, I think I'm inspired to try something out of my comfort zone. Like normally if I go camping, I go where you've got some electric and you got water, so you can put a griddle.
You do glamping.
Glamping, absolutely. I'm a glamper. And so so this would be one step removed from baby steps. I can't just go out and kill a muskox with my bare hands yet. Okay? Like I'm not there. I'm not there. No, I'm not there yet. I'm gonna have to like eat berries first that I forage, okay? So the point being, have you ever been so inspired by a movie or a television show? Did it inspire you to actually do something?
It could have maybe changed your career. It could have changed your goals in life. It may have made you be thankful for what you already have. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, when I saw a movie when I was in high school, it made me want to join the military. Like I'm like, oh, I want to be a pilot.
How'd that pan out?
I'm colorblind. Turns out can't be colorblind, and I think I was too short for the plane. You have to be able to see over the dash
without a phone book.
Yes, exactly. They don't issue those. All right, 855-33-WAY-FM. That's funny. 855-33-WAY-FM. What was that movie or television show that spurred you to action? You took some sort of action and it altered you, and you did something. 855-33-WAY-FM. Danny, what is a television show or a movie that inspired you to do something different with your life?
The Chosen.
The Chosen. Okay, now that's a great series about the life of Jesus, and so what was it about this that changed you?
It made me want to go disciple people and bring people into the kingdom, and I have done that with about 22 people, and it's just an awesome movie. I recommend everybody to watch that movie.
It is really well done. A lot of Christian entertainment isn't all that great, and what I think I love about The Chosen was that it takes the Bible characters that parts of their lives, and it adds some things in that don't contradict the gospel, but it kind of gives them a plausible backstory of the kind of people they could have been based on what we know of them from the Bible.
Absolutely.
If you're not familiar with The Chosen at all, I actually got to sit down with the guy that created it, Dallas Jenkins, and had a really cool conversation with him on the set of The Chosen. Also, if you want to see the whole interview, just go to wayfm.com/Wally and you can search Chosen.
When we first conceived of the show, my two co-writers and I got together and we were choosing which were the people from the Gospels we were going to focus on. We first found those that we thought would have really interesting long-term stories, because as you know, for any show or movie for that matter, you need a character arc. One of the problems with Jesus projects is that there is no character arc. The main character is Jesus. He doesn't get better as the movie goes on. He's perfect from the beginning. So it's not really great drama from that perspective. And then all the other supporting characters in the movies, in Jesus movies, are all the same, and you just go from miracle to miracle, Bible verse to Bible verse. You never hear their backstories. You never get any kind of emotional connection to them. So what we did was we chose Simon Peter, Nicodemus, Mary Magdalene, Matthew the tax collector, and then we said, all right, what can we take from the Gospels and talk about their encounters with Jesus and what happens afterwards, but then work our way backwards to make those moments as impactful as possible. And you can create plausible backstories using historical context, cultural context, what we know about humanity, because we know they were human beings just like us. And what that does is it arouses the reaction that you gave and the reaction that I've given as I've been doing the show, which is, these were real people.
Yep.
And you don't think of them that way. We introduce you to who they were before they met Jesus, and we give you their struggles and their questions and their concerns. And the idea is that hopefully you can then identify with their answers and with the solutions to their problems.
We're discussing this on our Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/Wally Show, you can see what some other people are commenting with. Like Addie, she said that she was inspired by Grey's Anatomy, which is hard to believe, because if I watch Grey's Anatomy, I just think I have everything that the patients come in with.
Oh, yeah. Please tell me she wasn't inspired to, like, cheat on a spouse. Because that's typically your Grey's Anatomy episodes.
Yes. No. She said that Grey's Anatomy made her fall even more in love with the medical field and inspire her to become an EMT.
There you go. She pulled something positive, because there's a lot of garbage in Grey's Anatomy, I'll be honest with you, but like, that's cool that she pulled something positive out of it, and now she's an EMT helping people. That's kind of neat.
Exactly. Don said that the TV show Intervention helped him, so it inspired him to get his psychology degree to help people with addiction, because if you don't know what the show is, Intervention is all about these people that don't realize how deep they are in addiction, and it takes their family and friends saying, hey, you're important to us, get help. And so if Don was able to say, hey, I want to help these people, I'm going to get my psychology degree, that's a super positive thing.
I made the mistake of watching the TV show Hoarders with my wife, because I saw it and thought, man, maybe I could get a degree in counseling to help people and help them out of this bad situation. And she saw it and went, I need more stuff, you know? So it backfired on me.
And now for some good news.
Uplifting Way FM. If you find yourself watching the news and you're like shaking your head like, oh, this is the worst, that's why we do Good News Giddy Up. 3 rapid fire good news stories that will make you feel a little bit better about the world we live in. Betty Rock, Good News Giddy Up, go.
People in Washington State, they were on a highway and a family of ducklings started walking past, and people actually pulled over to the side, stopped traffic so they could help this little family of ducklings across. And
adorable.
I think that is precious. And it only took 10 minutes out of their busy day.
But you know, there was somebody that was held up. It was like, just run them over, you know, because when you're trying to get somewhere, you tend to get frustrated. And then, you know, you get up there and you see, oh, it's ducks. That's
it's
cool.
just a little baby duck.
Well, good on them. Gavin, Good News Giddy Up, go.
A 100-year-old World War II veteran in New York checked something off his bucket list by throwing out the first pitch at a baseball game. He wanted to do it ever since he saw the 85-year-old legendary baseball player Yogi Berra do it at a Yankees game back in 2010. I'm really proud. I watched it.
Did he make it all the way to the plate?
Not quite all the way,
that's
but further than some 100-year-olds could throw it.
Yeah, further than you?
No.
It's a longer throw than you think.
Yeah.
Well, good on him. And then finally, this was kind of cool. I like when business people do the right thing. There's a McDonald's franchise owner that had to close for 3 months because they were renovating, and he didn't stop paying his employees. He kept them all on the payroll and paid them for 3 months while he did this, because he started there as a part-time worker 60 years ago until he owned a place, and he remembered what it was like, and he realized some of his people live paycheck to paycheck, and he didn't want to cause hardship for them. And that is how you do it. And that's a little bit of Good News Giddy Up for you today. With all the talk in the news about interest rates and shrinkflation, life just doesn't stop. Sometimes you want or still need to move, and if that's you, now more than ever you need to call United Faith Mortgage. They're faith-based and family-owned, which means that directly affects the way that they do business. So many times when I deal with businesses, I feel like I've almost got to have my guard up the whole time, but that was never the case with United Faith Mortgage. I instantly felt comfortable with them from the first time we talked until we closed out our cash-out refinance. There was never any pressure. United Faith Mortgage also has a direct lender advantage, which means many times they can save you money on your loan. Or if you have some unique or challenging circumstances, United Faith Mortgage can help you better navigate that. So if you're needing or wanting to find a new home, please do yourself a favor and talk to the people I trust implicitly. United Faith Mortgage. Start online, call anytime. UnitedFaithMortgage.com.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
It's today's Music Insider, or TMI, with Gavin.
One thing that I have not had to maneuver these last couple of years with COVID is explaining all of it to a kid, like a young kid. I've only had to explain it to my wife and a dog that just knows that I'm home more often.
Right.
And I saw this video of Matthew West explaining how his daughter in that first year, and like that first year of COVID back in 2020 was just
it was weird, man.
A weird year. There's a lot of stuff even outside of COVID that was happening.
Yeah.
And Matthew West posted this video explaining how his daughter was processing that year and how the family responded to it.
We found a list that my daughter had made that was by her bed, and it was a list of everything that had been going wrong in our world. And that was a long list, if you remember. And so we decided as a family that we were going to start making a different kind of list of all the ways that God's been good to us. And guess what? That list is way longer.
That's a really good idea, man. I think that's just a good practical idea because you can get so focused on the problem at hand and you can forget the provision and the blessing in all other places in your life. And it gets you out of whack for sure. But when you bring it back into balance by going, all right, let me get an accurate picture of this. Yes, this is not fun. But boy, howdy, God's been good here, 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 and here, you know. That's healthy.
And I think it's like cheesy when you go to something like Thanksgiving, for example, and they're like, oh, what are you thankful for? But doing that in your daily life does help you say, oh, like, this outweighs everything else that's going on, and stuff that's happening in the world may not necessarily impact you. God may be impacting you in a lot of other great ways.
Yeah, and it also changes your perspective. It helps you be thankful for the things you have now, and it keeps you in the now instead of thinking about the past or the future.
There you go. Well, that's some great advice from Matthew West, and that's going to do it for your TMI.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah, they can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. I hate to be a bother, but I need your help, okay? Betty Rock brought something to my attention the other day that I was shocked by, horrified by, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
So Skittles, did you know that they're okay in the U.S., but they're not okay in other countries?
And of course, my first question was, why? Why?
Well, they have a toxin in them that the FDA says is okay for Americans.
Okay.
But
Good.
not okay for other people.
You know what? Those other people maybe are more important. I don't know.
But a toxin?
Maybe those other people are just weak and they can't handle it. That's what it is. America's the best. America's strong.
I don't want to eat candy that has toxins.
Have you ever
in
had
it.
Skittles before?
Yeah.
Yeah, taste the rainbow. They're amazing.
The rainbow has toxins in it?
I don't care, but they're so good. But I would like to find out more about said toxin because it seems weird to me. Like, why would you need that in there and what does it do?
To be specific, it's titanium dioxide.
Okay, so
that sounds dangerous.
Ingesting titanium does not sound the smartest, but boy, they are so good. So here's the deal. I need a chemist. Somebody that works in the science field. You know, you went to science school and you know what titanium dioxide is and what it does and why it possibly could be in my Skittles.
Also, how many Skittles can we eat before we have an issue?
Well, I know it's more than 3 bags in one sitting because I've done
goodness.
that. Yeah.
No, you have not.
Oh, yeah. I love
How
Skittles.
do you have teeth?
Bags?
Yeah. Well, I broke one on a Skittle. Yeah. It turns out Skittles are harder than your teeth sometimes. So, yes, easy. And so, okay, titanium dioxide. If, like, say you were that kid in school that was always always into chemistry, and maybe other people teased you about it, but then you grew up and you became a chemist, and you worked in the science field, and you've always been wanting to get back at everybody and go, ha! This is why I learned all this stuff. Take that, jocks. And all you people that made fun of me.
Yeah, because now is your time to do that. When you tell us, why is titanium dioxide in Skittles, and why is it okay?
What's it do? 855-33-WAY-FM. I know I could Google it, but I don't want to. I want to talk to you, the kid that was picked on in high school for your love of chemistry and science, okay? 855-33-WAY-FM. I know we have smart people that listen to this show. I know it would beyond the shadow of a doubt. I know we have smarter people than us that listen to this show. And so that's why we need you to Yougle this with us right now.
Why is this okay according to the FDA, Ashley?
Well, for me, I use it in cold process soap making, which does involve chemistry, and it is a colorant. It is like a white powder, and it's probably used in a lot of makeups as well.
Oh.
And so I think that probably Skittles uses it for a colorant, for a base. I would have no problem eating the titanium dioxide, but I wouldn't want all the food coloring and the sugar and stuff like that. To me, that would be the issue.
No, that's the best part, is all the sugar and stuff, as you call it. So titanium dioxide, you use it and you feel that it's obviously safe enough in doses that they can put it in the Skittles. I'm a little disappointed because I believed their advertising where I thought the colors came from unicorns. Yeah, I thought that they were shaking unicorns, and that's how they got the color.
I mean, that's what they advertised for, so...
I'm a little shocked today.
That's false advertising, yeah.
All right, Doug, I just want to get some clarification. Gavin tells me that you are an actual chemist. You have a degree in chemistry. Is that true?
That is correct.
Fantastic. Now, Ashley had said that it's used as a colorant, this titanium dioxide. Can you confirm that as a person that has a degree in somebody that messes with science stuff?
Yes.
How much can one ingest before it's a problem?
That's a good question. It's got to be a fair amount. I know there's some concerns as far as breathing it in the air. That's maybe where the toxic characters are coming from. But ingesting it should be pretty large quantities, and that's probably why the FDA has approved it.
They've never seen me eat Skittles. I could be a ticking time bomb, man.
Just don't inhale them.
Okay, all right, good to know. Solid advice from a chemist. Don't inhale your Skittles. So thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. I was shocked to see how few photos Betty Rock keeps on her phone. What are you at? What are you clocking in at?
Oh, that's a good question. Wait, let me look. 117.
That is insane. That's not even one of my subfolders. I have 12,900 in one folder.
Oh, my goodness.
12,000?
12,000 photos in one folder.
That's a problem.
That's mind-boggling that I have that much. And so I use the different albums and I separate things out. And Betty and I were talking about this the other day, and she was like, what albums do you make and do you have?
Yeah, because with 12,000 or more, I'm guessing there's more photos than that. You actually, you can put them in these little folders, as album folders. But you have one that's called Projects.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess...
all just pictures of Betty. She's my project.
So far, nothing good happening. But you also have one called Birdhouses.
Yes, I do. I have projects and birdhouse.
So you have a birdhouse in your backyard with one of those little motion detector cameras, and it takes photos. For some reason, you feel the need to have your own separate photo album for that.
Yeah, I made this for my wife. She wanted it. And then the birds are so cute. And I don't even like birds, but these birds are different.
Huh.
And so I found myself saving videos and pictures of the birds as they were on the birdhouse.
How many photos are in the birdhouse folder?
It's not important.
It is. It really is.
What's 1,000 photos?
No way.
No, I'm kidding. It's 400.
I'm kidding. It's 400.
Yeah, so it's a little less.
Now, I get to a degree some photo albums. There's one I have called Gilly and Buford Beans. Okay, those are the two cats I have at my apartment. And that has 28 photos in it.
That's it?
28. Because
That's
they're my
amazing.
favorite. Those are the favorite ones.
That's interesting that you can do that and get rid of everything. I keep everything. Like my projects folder where I will build something and I will take pictures all along the way and then just 1,800 pictures of it after.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1,600 pictures in my projects folder of different
you
things I
don't
made.
need all of that.
I don't know. So, I know you're judging me. I feel it. But I think that other people have this as well, where they have folders that they've created or different albums. I would love to know, like, what are some of the unique albums that maybe people don't think of? No one would think I have a Birdhouse album on my phone.
No, not as a grown 53-year-old man. No.
I'll be honest. If I was telling this to younger me would smack me. But I got into it and I liked it and I was like, oh, the birds make me feel good. So I
and it gives you something to talk about with the senior citizens in your life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, our aviary club is taking off.
And your pickleball club.
Yeah, I'm like, hey guys, I don't have a pickleball album. I got to get on that. So what is your phone album that you have that maybe people don't understand? Maybe it's a little bit more unusual. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. We'll take yours now. 855-33-WAY-FM. Annette, do you have
never judge you for that.
Thank you. Do you have a album on your phone that is a little unique and maybe not everyone has?
It is. It's some of the adventures that I've had. I've got it in a folder called Jeopardy Worthy. In case I ever get on Jeopardy, I have stuff to talk about.
Oh, you mean like when they're introducing you and they're like, here's Annette. She once spent time paragliding over Mount Vesuvius.
Right. Kissing a shark when I went shark diving. Things like that.
That's so great. I love that. I love that you've thought it through. Now, let's be honest. Are you smart enough to get on Jeopardy?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Well, she listens to this show, so it's questionable.
Yeah, I was picture more Wheel of Fortune because they'll ask you the same stuff.
Nope. I can answer most of the questions on Jeopardy.
All right, Connie, you're up. What is that unusual album you have on your phone?
I have an album of mushrooms from the Appalachian Trail. We hiked the Appalachian Trail, and I think we have 175 different mushrooms that we found on the Appalachian Trail.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you, Connie.
Do you have 175 photos of each mushroom?
Yes, of different mushrooms, and they're just so unique and colorful, and some are edible and some are not.
Connie, my next question is, when have you ever worked this into a conversation? Like, has this ever come up as a topic?
I'm kind of one of those nerdy science teachers, so yes, this comes up quite often.
Did I hear someone say mushroom? No, Connie, we just said I need room. That's it. Please put your phone away. Hey, it's Wally, and I just want to thank so many people, our potties, the people that listen to the radio station, for partnering together to make a difference in the lives of Ukrainian refugees. This thing over there is a mess. We're entering the 5th month of this, and it's just heartbreaking to see what people are going through and how they're having to live. But here's the upside. Together, we have sent more than 100,000 meals to Ukraine already. These meals are being distributed by 3,500 pastors who are risking their lives every day to minister to these families and get them the food that they need. So if you've given, thank you so much. Now, we're down to the last couple weeks of the month, and how cool would it be to up the ante here and send another 50,000 meals by the end of July? I know it sounds like a lot, but at 25 cents a meal, that's not a lot, and a little bit from each of us can go a long way. I know I've already done my part because I'm never going to ask you to do something I won't do, but think about it. $100 sends 400 meals, and then if you roll that out and do $500 or $1,000 gift, imagine the impact that you're having. So if you want to get involved, you've seen all the hardship and the heartache and thought, man, I wish there was something I could do. This is something you can do. Just join us by texting Wally to 91999. That's Wally to 91999. And the cool part of this is, man, you get to be the answer to a mom's prayer as she's wondering how she's going to feed her children. Again, text the word Wally to 91999.
These are the least important stories out of Hollywood, but nonetheless entertaining. Here's Betty Rock with the least of these.
Wally, I want you to tell me, what was the most ridiculous reason you went to the ER?
I jumped down a flight of stairs with a drumstick in my mouth.
In your mouth?
In my mouth, and I landed badly as a kid.
And it like went to the back of your throat. Ow.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
That one was not smart.
Most people go to the ER because of some serious medical issues, but sometimes the visits have a great story behind them, and that doesn't exclude well-known celebrities. So I have a list put together of some celebrities that went to the ER for some funny reasons.
And if you're a celebrity, you're already like in the public eye, and so if you show up for something dumb, you have to be even more mortified.
Yeah, you can't keep it on the down low. So Disney pop star Demi Lovato, she walked into the ER because she accidentally cut her forehead open with a healing crystal.
That's so great. Why? Which begs the question, why did you go to the ER if you have said healing crystal in your hand?
Just wave it around your forehead.
Stick it on there.
Just stick it on there. Zac Efron, he once slipped, breaking his jaw.
Oh!
He slipped in a rain puddle, and he had to get his jaw wired shut.
Really?
From walking in a puddle.
And it's so crazy that he would break such a chiseled jaw already, you know? I wonder if
you want to tell me more about it?
I wonder if they made his jaw even better looking after that.
Is that even possible?
I don't think so.
And then Candace Cameron, she once came in with a head injury because of her brother, Kirk Cameron. He ran over her head with a golf cart.
That'll happen. I've done dumb things in golf carts.
And in that situation, I don't know if that was on accident or on purpose.
It's accident because you start off being funny and you're playing around. Golf carts.
It'll be funny.
Yeah, it is. Like golf carts, like you can get seriously hurt on them, but it always starts off as this is just it's because you don't think of it as like a car. It's just a golf cart. Who's gonna get hurt on a golf cart? And it's all fun and games till your head is underneath it, according to Candace Cameron Bure. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what? She could have used Demi Lovato's healing crystal, and they would have been fine. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and if I were to sing this little phrase here, Betty Rock and/or Gavin, can you finish it? I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us
that I can play with. From bikes to trains to video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz! I don't want to grow up. Because maybe if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Well, there you go. Woo! See? Gavin has no idea what Toys R Us is, do you?
Oh, I know what Toys R Us is. I grew up going to there for my toys.
You did?
I just didn't know there was a theme song.
Yeah, and there's a giraffe. It was a magical place. Magical place when I was a kid. And then they went bankrupt and all went away, and then you bought everything from Amazon. But the thing is, when you were a kid, going to the toy store was a glorious trip. I mean, what could happen? And you know, you were just filled with wonder and awe. Oh, by the way, shout out store 8604 in O-Town. I worked there at Toys R Us. That's how I got through college.
Nice.
What?
I know, right? It's crazy. And so here's some good news. If you missed Toys R Us and you want your kids to experience it, for a limited time, they have partnered with Macy's, and they are going to bring back some Toys R Us type store in a section of their Macy's store.
All right.
So they've dedicated space to it. Jeffrey will be there. He do some photos and stuff. And some of them will be like even as much up to 10,000 square feet of Toys R Us.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a cool thing for you as an adult looking back. You have those memories, and then maybe to take your kids now that have no idea. You're going to drag them. They're going to hate it. And then they'll be like, why don't we just order this on Amazon? You know, but it's like, no, that's the fun of going and seeing all the toys.
Yeah.
It was so great, man. Mm-hmm. So I am curious. They're doing that from July through October, in time for Christmas and stuff. But I am curious, is there something else that you would like to see come back just like Toys R Us? Making that comeback. Maybe something from your childhood is a nostalgia type thing. I don't know.
There is... And it always seems to come back to food for me. As a child, it was food, too. But there were these things. They came in a blue box, and they were in the freezer section at grocery stores. They were called Snack and Fries.
I don't know those.
And you would peel the top off, and it would have like this aluminum foil on the top, and you press that down, and that would help crisp them. And I'd put them in the microwave. Oh, they were so good. I miss those.
You microwaved aluminum foil? That's why they didn't come back.
Well, it was made for...
It blows things up. That's the problem.
No, it was made for the microwave. I wasn't that dumb.
You made them go away. They're like, yeah, we had one girl, gosh bless it, she put them in the microwave, and now our company is done for.
They
Darn
should
you, Betty Lou!
They should have put it in bold neon
Yeah,
writing.
I know. Oh, all right. So what is that thing that you miss? Maybe you're nostalgic about it and you would love to see it come back. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. So is there something that you would like to see come back that maybe went away?
It's called cake roll.
Cake roll.
And what it is it's a cylinder of vanilla ice cream, and it's surrounded by chocolate cake, and within it, there's chocolate cake.
Ooh.
And we used to slice it, put chocolate syrup over it, and they stopped making that in the grocery stores a long time ago.
My friend, his mom will still make it from scratch every year for his birthday, and the family loves it, and it is next level good. It's hard to make, too, without cracking it, because you're basically rolling a cake, you know?
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, why does all the good stuff have to go away?
Heinz or Hunt's, I can't remember, but the brand that made the ketchup, they used to make, when I was a kid, they made green ketchup and purple ketchup, and I would beg for it. But now I'm thinking, how much food coloring did it take to make ketchup those colors?
Yeah, and what did it do to you?
Right,
Yeah, ultimately, I got a few guesses.
Well, on Facebook, Heather said she misses Blockbuster, which I totally get, because you could go to Blockbuster and you could be reminded of all these awesome movies. And when it's on a streaming service, sometimes you can't see all the options, but it was just so fun to, get that VHS tape. You'd take it out to see if there was a tape behind it. And sometimes there was, sometimes there wasn't. Then when you got up to the front, you get to beg your parents for candy and popcorn. Oh, it was the best.
My wife will ask me all the time, she'll why won't you just call this place before just going down there and making a trip to go there? I'm like, I'd rather just go there. I'd rather see it, experience it, and maybe things work out, maybe they don't. Blockbuster was the same way. It's more fun than streaming because you didn't know what was going to be available, and it was part of the experience because you would go and you'd watch the movie with your family. But it was all the stuff that happened before that made the experience a movie night. Now you're like, all right, kids, here, stream it, and I'm going to go over here and not pretend you're not even here. It's just not the same,
I agree.
Gavin, is there something you missed that you wish they would come back?
Yes, I've seen a few modern playgrounds recently, and they are missing the classic merry-go-round. And I understand I understand that in the past, they're possibility of being dangerous.
Well, but that makes a good playground.
Oh, yeah.
My playground when I was growing up had more rust and holes in it than it did like equipment. If you literally could come home with tetanus every time you went to the park.
I remember back in third grade, they had our recess right after lunch, and they had to change it because there were so many kids getting on the merry-go-round.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well.
Well, yeah, because if you are on a merry-go-round, the idea is not to just go, oh, this is fun. The idea is the kid stands off to the side. You start in the middle. You get 3 kids spinning it as hard as they can, and then centrifugal force happens, and it brings you from the middle to the outside till pretty soon you're launched into the next school over.
And if you get a concussion, you just brag about it.
Exactly. Kids today, you guys, you just missed out on a whole bunch of great stuff.
The more you know.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and life is unpredictable, so on The Wally Show, we like to prepare you for even the most random incident that could happen. So today on The More You Know, we're looking at what to do if you are bitten by a rattlesnake. I know, seems like, how am I ever going to get bitten by a rattlesnake? But you and 7,900 other people, actually 7,999 other people thought that last year, and they were bitten.
There were that many?
Yeah, crazy, right?
I didn't think there'd be that many.
Surprised me as well. So we've all heard of getting bitten by a rattlesnake, and I think we all think we know what to do. And so I want to test you right now. So Betty Rock, you grew up in the South, and you grew up running around barefoot in the sticks in the holler. So what do you do if you are bitten by a rattlesnake? What do you think?
I would think you suck out the venom.
Okay. That's what everybody thinks, and they say absolutely not.
Why?
They used to say do a little knife mark, 2 X's over the fang marks, and then you suck it out and spit it out.
Yeah.
They say no, because then you're ingesting the venom, and by the time you get to it, it's probably already moved past. And so, no, that is erroneous. Do not do that. They say literally do not do that, okay?
Okay, so then what do you do?
Well, I had heard that you should put ice on it to slow the spread of the venom through your system. Well, guess what? No, they say do not apply ice or immerse the wound in water. I'm like, everything they've told us is a lie, and that's why we're doing this. Because if you're taking your family camping and all of a sudden you're in this situation, they say don't take pain relievers, don't apply electric shock. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, who came up with that?
And who's carrying a taser with them?
Yeah, I know. Well, I could see Ricky and Bubba like, Ricky, I done been bit by a snake, and he's like, let me get the jumper cables, Bubba. I got you. And they like hook it up to the car. Like, I could see that. So don't do that. And then the other best advice, they say, don't try to pick up the snake or trap it.
Well, yeah.
I always thought you had to take it with you, like to be like, this is the one, and show them, okay, this was the snake that bit me.
Make sure it's dead first,
and that it's the right snake. Because if it's like they think it's a rattlesnake bite, but it's actually like a coral snake bite.
But now you can take a picture of it with your phone.
It's funny you mentioned that. This is interesting. So let's get to the what to do. Okay.
Right.
They say remain calm. No, that's not going to happen. I can see myself being anything but calm.
So we're reading the advice, but the first step we're saying no to.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't. Okay, seek immediate attention. Call 911. Duh. Keep the bitten body part slightly below heart level. I would have thought raise it.
Yeah.
But if you've been bitten on the hand and you raise it, you're sending all that venom to your heart.
Oh, don't want that.
If you get bit in the neck, you're just a goner because you can't get that below your heart. But so I didn't know that. But then they said take pictures so that you can see, not like selfies, like, hey, look at me, duck lips, but like so that you can see what it looks like and so that other medical experts can help determine the best course of treatment. But the biggest thing they say is take off all tight clothing or jewelry because they swell so much.
Then you will not be adequate for any public notice because you have tight jeans on 24/7 and you wear rings.
Yeah.
On all your fingers.
For me, a rattlesnake bite is a death sentence. I'm not going to get those rings off or those jeans off fast enough to save my life, so I'm fully aware of that. But if you're not like me, the more you know. Maybe you'll survive this one.
Oh, I hate goodbyes, but there's still more fun to be found through our YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Wally Show. Don't forget to join our exclusive Potty Facebook group. You can find the link in the description of this podcast. And thanks to Colorado Christian University Online and United Faith Mortgage for supporting what we do.